Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Lot to talk about in the world of sport. You just have to appreciate the fact that Liverpool, they show their class. That really, they never walk alone when it comes to football. They have really been fantastic this season, trying to see how they can make it quadruple. They were able to eliminate Villarreal. It was a tough match between the two, but at the end of the day, the Cubs actually carried the day, and they are celebrating qualifying for the final of the UEFA Champions League for this season. Hopefully, let's see who they'll be facing between Manchester City and Real Madrid. That will be coming up today. Just to open the floor on the show, 360 Sports on Trust TV. Now we'll be starting from the home scene, talking about beach soccer. Beach soccer has been ongoing over there in Kebbi. That is in Kebbi. Well, we just have to quickly give you the result of games that were played yesterday from morning and also in the afternoon. In the morning, it was Kada BSC that won the game against Igbobo BSC 4-3. Kogi BSC, that's his big soccer club. They actually play against Marco Pachigi. They won that game 8-6. And you have Smart BSC 4-3 against Kelme Galaxy big soccer team. And you quickly look at the afternoon result where also the matches were played. Badagry B Soccer, they play 4-4 against Kogi BSC that ended in penalty shootout, while Kada B Soccer also defeated Kelme Galaxy in the afternoon. Kebbi did well against Kwara as they were able to win their game 4-1 there. And you look at the fact that this particular competition, 2022 Nigerian B Soccer League, organized by Nigerian B Soccer Association, taking place in Kebbi. And it has been a wonderful one as the B Soccer players are having a feel of the day. They are really enjoying themselves over there in Kebbi. And it's been a good one because this sport called beach soccer is really gaining momentum in Nigeria, and we have to appreciate the fact that the sport has come to stay. Now let's go on a short break to see what happened, what's happening over there in Kebbi as we give you big soccer match.
We are going to have it all for all prepared. Hayati Brin, number 10, Jeffrey Luck, number 9, Najuma, Matsunabi, number 8, 10. Put your hands together for the Kebbi State Music Band. And he missed it Papa Lagos 2019, but he surely scores. He missed it Papa Lagos 2019, but he 3 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. End of second period. 2 goals, 3 goals. 3 goals to Kebbi Feature. Horse race course.
Ana ta'aziyya yau mutuwa ta girgiza.
Ai wallahi ni ma nayi hankali ai do hauka ka gaji ai magana.
Zazu, shi, aka, ika, desuchu, bitalaga, gaza, bitalaga. Another goal, and he's recorded his hat-trick. And Mecca of Thunder. Yes. Gaza, bitalaga. That's number 7. And it's scored by the number 14 man of that's number 7 in favor of the club. And it's scored by the number 14 man of round of action! Kebbi, can I make some noise?
Good one there for you to have a feel of what's called beach soccer taking place in Kebbi in Kebbi State. Good one for the players. They really show their class. All the teams participating in Smart Beach Club, not forgetting Kada, Kebbi, and also a lot of other teams participate. Even Badagry, all the way from Lagos, are in Kebbi playing beach soccer. This sport is really gaining momentum in Nigeria alongside the likes of tech ball sport also coming in. Well, we have to quickly give you that. Now let's move away from beach soccer competition and let's talk about handball. Just yesterday we showcased the FCT Handball Association, where they talked about the event coming up today. It's starting at Area 10, that's Old Parade Ground, where under 12 and under 15 handballers will be showcasing their talent when it comes to handball. And it's going to be a big one because of the fact that for a very long time this has not been happening, but now they deem it fit to organize this competition. There has got some sponsors and they will be allowing themselves to have a feel of handball in the FCT. FCT has really been another breeding ground for handball when it comes to that sport in Nigeria. A lot of stars has actually risen up from here, and it's getting better, where about 24 teams participating in this competition across 6 area councils in Abuja. Good one there for FCT handball under 12, under 15 inter-area council competition coming up starting today. There, we just brought you those particular stories. Now let's quickly move away from handball as we go straight to talk about MPFL La Liga under 15 promises taking place in Ikene. This Remo Stadium there, over there, about all the matches have been ongoing. But we quickly look at some of the results that was played just yesterday in the quarterfinals, where Shooting Stars defeated Sunshine Stars 2-1. And you have Katsina United repeat Wiki Tourists of Bauchi. That's under 15, 1-0 to join Kano Pillars and also Remo Stars in qualifying for the semi-final of this competition. It's been ongoing for a while now, and they have the semi-finalists have actually emerged. We have Kano Pillars, Remo Stars, not forget the Shooting Stars of Ibadan, and also Katsina United under 15. It's been a wonderful time with all the young lads there. They've been trying to show their football artistry when it comes to football under 15, courtesy of MPFL, and in conjunction with La Liga, they deem it fit to bring this particular competition that involves all the 20 teams in Nigeria playing in the MPFL for the under 15 players. And a lot of talent have been discovered here. Good one there. Kano Pillars, Remo Stars, Katsina United, and Shooting Stars under 15, all gearing towards playing in the semi-final of this year competition. Now we move away from MPFL La Liga. We talk about a man that has really done well for himself when it comes to the ping-pong sport called table tennis. His name is Aruna Quadri. Aruna Quadri right now is really a man that a lot of Africans are celebrating because he has been able to break their genes, becoming the first African, the first Nigerian to break into the top 10 ranking that was released just yesterday by International Table Tennis Federation. And that ranking almost always come up every month. But this time around, the Nigerian, who has really done well for himself this season in the world of table tennis, he's been rising almost every month from 14 to 12, 12 back to 14, and back to 12 again. Now he's ranked 10th in the world of best table tennis player across the globe. And this is a particular sport that is so popular with the Chinese, Japanese of this world. But this African, this Nigerian has really deemed it fit to show that, yes, I've come to stay in this sport and I'm going to hold my own down. Aruna Quadri has been making Nigerians proud when it comes to playing table tennis, and he has been joined by other Nigerians, but they have also actually got a nod to move higher, and have others who actually try their best. When it comes to African rating, you have to look at Ibrahim Dior of Senegal, although he dropped down. You look at others too, or Lagide Omotayo, who also dropped down. But for Aruna Quadri, he has really come to stay, and he's showing his class when it comes to playing table tennis. This man have taken table tennis by storm, putting the continent of Africa at the world map. When you think of ping pong, you think of Aruna Quadri, because even Omar Assar of Egypt couldn't catch up. Omar Assar is rated 18 right now, but the Nigerian Aruna Quadri, who we are celebrating this morning, is now rated 10th in the world behind the stars of China, the likes of Mao Zedong. You have to give it up to them. But for Aruna Quadri, it deserves to be celebrated, and he has made this sport so popular here in Nigeria and also in Africa. Celebrating Aruna Quadri there. Now we come back to the big one that happened just yesterday. UEFA Champions League between Liverpool and Villarreal at the Estadio de la Ceramica, where it ended in favor of the Cubs. The team that never walked alone won that game 3-2 by the goals margin, and on aggregate wise they won it 5-2. Adding the two they score at home. Just have to celebrate the likes of Diaz, not forgetting Sadio Mane. They really did well against Villarreal, who really came out against Liverpool after scoring 2 goals, cancelling out the 4 goals that were scored by Liverpool. You'll be thinking, okay, that will be it. But Liverpool, going on break, they came back running like the lion they are made of, and they won that game with class. Good one for the Cubs, as I called them, the team that never walk alone. And right now, Liverpool fans worldwide are celebrating the fact that they are true to the final UEFA Champions League, waiting for who they'll be facing between Real Madrid, the Los Merengues, or Etihad, the citizens. We wait at that game that will be coming out over there at the Santiago Bernabeu tonight. But I have someone with me who will be talking UEFA Champions League. I have Chooks. Azu, good to have you, Chooks.
Good morning. Thank you, Nigerians.
Good morning there. And we'll also be joining us on virtual call, talking about Enito Badina, who will be joining us to talk about this UEFA Champions League match between Villarreal and Liverpool. Enito Badina, if you are there, let's have you. Okay, quickly, we'll be linking up with Obadino later, but for now, let's look at that game. It happened at the Estadio de la Ceramica over there in Spain. While a lot of people underrated Villarreal, they came out first half. Those goals came, and a lot of people were already thinking, will Liverpool be beaten? Azu, looking at this, that game got a lot of people scared in first half. Liverpool fans were already jittery that what? 2-2? And, well, let's look at the 2-2 before we go to the second half. When the game was on, immediately Villarreal equalized 2 goals, making it at least they were on par. How did you feel?
When Villarreal scored those 2 goals, I had this sense that Unai Emery, once again, was working his magic. You know that this same coach defeated Klopp with Liverpool in 2016. To win the Europa League. That was when Klopp was just resuming in Liverpool. So the same shape he kept in that first meeting when he was with Sevilla was the same shape. It was expected that they are going to narrow down the gap between their team and Liverpool attackers, because Liverpool attackers are fast, very offensive team. Immediately he was doing it, I had the sense that he was going to do something. But of course, I knew that somehow Liverpool would scale through.
But during the time of that 2-2, seriously, in fact, when it was 1, people still be like, okay, it's normal because they're playing at home and all that. But when they scored the second goal, it was like, wow, will this team actually scale through? Will they do it? But, you know, at times, really, yesterday shows that at times experience matters and determination. In the second half, immediately they came back from the first half and you saw a different Liverpool. That first half, would you say that Liverpool did not or underrated Villarreal?
No, like I said earlier,
in the first half.
Unai Emery keeps his teams very narrow and compact. You could see that they took over the midfield. Alcantara was nowhere to be found, and there was no backup. Henderson was not playing from the first half. You could see that immediately they soaked up the midfield. It was just going to be Villarreal all through the pitch. And that was what they did. And they were more aggressive. They were more hungry to get back into the game. And that was what happened. In the second half, Liverpool had to reevaluate what was going on in the midfield. They realized that they had to be more aggressive in the midfield, try to release the attackers quicker. And that was what they did. And the game turned around.
And in the second half now, You look at the second half, it was a different Liverpool that came. It was like, oh, they went to the dressing room and Jogging Club entered their head. And I saw one particular player that said, okay, when they started playing well, somebody said, Club don't enter their head. It was a very funny statement. But really, that game, the second half rather, it was a different team that we actually saw. Liverpool coming out, showing that, no, we really need this. We want to do this. And they really made class. What would you say about that?
Yeah, you know, from the left wing, you had Diogo Jota. He wasn't really pushing too much. They managed to stifle his offensive threats from that wing. So immediately they were coming in the second half. They are going to bring in Luis Diaz, this infant terrible, the new Colombian asset.
Look at him there.
Just blended into the team for the first time. Just within 6 months he arrived. And immediately he came on, there was that fear was not there. He was playing with freedom, with joy. And you could see how he was piercing through that wing, through that left wing, to the 18-yard of Villarreal. And Villarreal were disorganized at that moment. I was expecting Emery to respond with maybe bringing a more aggressive number 2 to handle him, but he didn't do that. And Diaz was feeding the front line with Sadio Mane and Salah. So it was not surprising that the results changed. Yeah.
Well, it's not surprising. According to Chukza, who has been talking the Liverpool-Villarreal game in the studio. Let's join Eniton Obadino to at least give us his own side of the story, how he saw that game yesterday between Villarreal and Liverpool. Eniton, are you there?
Massive. Was more of a direct attacker. If you ask any top defenders around the world, they will tell you the strikers or attackers, they don't enjoy playing this last week. Attackers that run directly. Packing the bus is an elite kind of sport, elite kind of. And that was the wrong move. What gave
would you, from the way it is now, for the fact that Liverpool came to that game in the second half with that style they used against Villarreal after souping up in this first half, would you be saying it's going to be an all-English final or Liverpool versus Real Madrid from the way it is?
Junior, they can pull the chestnut out of the fire, but I'm expecting a more conservative game from Man City.
Okay, that's how you feel. But from the way it is, what's going to be the goals margin if you had to predict between Real versus Man City?
You're putting me on the spot here. Yeah. Basically.
They draw, that automatically gives Man City an edge. Thank you very much, Eniton Obadino from Lagos. We want to appreciate you. Now let's come back to the studio. Eniton Obadino already putting it to be all English final. He's already giving, even though he said it's going to be ending in a draw. It means Man City will have an edge because they are leading 3-2. But if we look at the Liverpool game just yesterday night, you look at the fact that Liverpool, to some extent, they were more outstanding in their previous game than this.
Yeah, you know, the English teams always have this challenge with Spanish teams. The English teams are more direct in their approach. They play the long balls, but the Spanish teams are compact. They get in with short passes.
They distribute balls, yeah.
You know, the transitions are always good. So the same challenge will confront Man City this night. They will not be able to play the same way they played. You know, you are appearing before 100,000 capacity Santiago Bernabeu. It's not the same thing like appearing at the Etihad. I do not expect them to find it easy. But I may align to some extent to what he has said, that there could be a draw game. That means Real Madrid is going to score and Man City will score. So if it ends 1-1 or 2-2, that's fair.
As long as it's draw, City can actually scale through.
But I'm not writing off Real Madrid. They are very, very elite. They've won this 13 times, more than any club in Europe. So it's going to be very, very interesting, very thrilling encounter tonight.
Well, we've been looking at UEFA Champions League, Liverpool, Villarreal, well, for the cups, they call it, and now they are qualifying. Already they've made it to the final of this year's edition. And congrats to the team that never walk alone. It's been a wonderful time with Chuk Azu. Thank you very much on the show.
Thank you very much.
And also for any somebody who joined us from Lagos, we want to appreciate him too. Well, we just brought to you there some experience of beach soccer taking place in Brinic, over there in Kebbi. It's been a wonderful time on the show 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.